After arriving just a few moments ago, the former ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe, together with 6 other co-accused, have arrived at court. You'd recall the last time the matter was postponed to allow for the disclosure of the docket, and we heard from the National Prosecuting Authority a bit earlier on this morning on our sister program that they are expecting the matter to proceed. In fact, they're saying that they're ready for trial at this particular stage. You know, of course, Ayana, that this relates to a 27 million rand tender which was allegedly irregularly awarded to his company. This relates to what you would know as makarikis or tuktuks that are used by waste pickers. You'd recall shortly after that last appearance, the former member of the ANC's National Executive Committee as well also stepping aside from that particular position, his party welcoming it at the time. The Special Investigating Unit as well had also froze some of his assets. You recall this relates to a luxury house as well as a luxury car. We are not quite sure at this particular point, Ayanda, how we're expecting proceedings to unfold. While the matter was postponed the last time to allow for the disclosure of the docket, we're yet to hear once court gets underway whether all the accused are satisfied with the time that they've been given to go through the contents of that particular docket. So we're expecting court to get underway any moment now. And perhaps, I don't know if I would be in a position at this stage. I'll try to see if I could perhaps, Mr. Mabe, good morning to you. We're live on SABC News. I don't know if you are in a position to have a word with me at this point. Court has not yet gotten underway. The last time, of course, when we spoke to Mr. Mabe, you said that you're professing your innocence in this particular matter, but you will allow the court, of course, to ventilate all of this. You're still...
Well, I've got my lawyer. Let's allow lawyers to do what they do best. Yes. We are appearing here. We'll give the court the space to present to us the charges that have been preferred against us. And we'll do what is expected of accused persons. Yeah.
But of course, I mean, the last time maintaining all processes had been followed. Your lawyer is here as well. I see Mr. Machavu walking in, Advocate Machavu walking in a bit earlier on. That's still your stance in this particular matter?
Let us allow the court to proceed. Let's not run a different trial. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pule Mabe. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us here on SABC News. And if you just take a look towards my right there, Advocate Zola Machavu, ask my colleague Masabata Ralitabo to just pan towards that direction. You'll see Advocate Zola Machavu, who of course will be on record for Pule Mabe, who's the former spokesperson of the ANC and former member of the ANC's National Executive Committee. Him not wanting to say much this morning, besides to say that, you know, everything will be ventilated inside this particular court. But in fact, just before we go to the proceedings, while we wait for them, Ayanda, to get underway, let's take a listen to what the NPA spokesperson, Pindim Jononwana, had to say to us a bit earlier on this morning in terms of their state of readiness for this trial. Let's take a listen.
When the matter was in court in October last year, it was postponed for the state to disclose the contents of the docket to the accused. So we have already disclosed the contents of the docket as the state so that they can also start preparing for their defense. So we are ready to proceed to trial as the state. However, we will hear from the accused persons if indeed they got enough opportunity to go through the contents of the docket, because we must indicate that the docket itself is quite voluminous, and therefore we'll hear today whether or not they have completed that process of going through the contents of the docket and what will the next step be.
Is the NPA still confident, you know, in the success of what it's brought before this court as you prepare, of course, for trial?
Like any other matter, Chriselda, when it's brought before court, it has to pass the test of prospects of a successful prosecution. So indeed, we are confident as the NPA that there are prospects of a successful prosecution.
All right, as you heard there, Ayada, the NPA indicating they're just about ready for trial. But of course, we'll wait to see this morning if there's anything else that needs to be ventilated, or if any of the co-accused will feel that they need more time to peruse this docket that this matter was last postponed for. It was postponed for the perusal or for the disclosure of this docket. Let me see. I see still in conversation there if I'm not in a position to bring in Advocate Zola Machavu. Let me see if I can't do that. Excuse me, sir. If you could just give us a moment. Excuse me, sir. Let me see if I can't speak to Advocate Zola Machavu for just a moment. Advocate Machavu, good morning to you. I'm sorry for hijacking you. We are live. Indeed, you are. If you could just come through this way just a second. We are live on SABC News. Of course, you're on the record for Mr. Pule Mabe. You're quite confident that, well, first of all, the matter was postponed for the disclosure of the docket. Has that been received?
Yes, 3,580 pages. I've got it.
Yes.
Yes.
So are you likely to proceed with the matter this morning, or are we expecting some postponement?
I was talking to my colleagues. In all likelihood, it's going to be postponed because we're at different levels of readiness and we have to accommodate each other. Other colleagues want to make reps. Others want to get a chance to read the docket. One colleague has not yet had access to the docket, so I'm in a fortunate position that I've had it for the past 6 weeks. So I'm relatively ready, but in all likelihood, the matter won't proceed to trial today. The matter won't even be postponed for pre-trial because there's a lot of admin and housekeeping issues that I would imagine need to be solved first. It's also my first appearance. Correct. That's why I was trying to touch base with my colleagues to determine how far are they. And the likelihood is that we are now arranging dates for postponement to deal with these housekeeping issues. And only after that date will the road become clear in terms of where to from here. I can also confirm that I will be making some submissions on behalf of Mr. Mabe's wife. But wait until I have addressed the court in that regard.
We'll certainly do that following due process. Thank you very much indeed, Advocate Zola Machavu, confirming to us there that he will be coming on record for Pule Mabe, of course, who is the former spokesperson of the ANC. While we're likely to see a postponement, Ayanda, in this matter here today. Recall a bit earlier on, I did indicate that we will hear, once a court gets underway, whether we will be expecting a postponement if all the accused have had the opportunity to peruse this docket. We understand now from Advocate Zola Machavu that there might be some of the co-accused that have not yet gone through the docket or have not received the docket as yet. So we're likely to see a postponement in this particular matter. But quite interestingly, what we're also hearing from Advocate Machavu is that he will also be making representations on behalf of one of the co-accused, who is the wife of the former ANC spokesperson, Pule Mabe. So we'll wait to hear what transpires in court. We're expecting to start in just a couple of moments.